Higher Learning is a show about adults learning interesting facts while under the influence of marijuana. This show is filmed in Vermont where it is legal to smoke. The staff involved in the show want to be clear that we do not support its use by those too young or where it is illegal to partake in such behavior. While this show doesn't show the usage of drugs or use coarse language, it is not intended for children. Parental discretion is advised. Now, let's get to the burning and learning. Welcome to Higher Learning, a class in disjointed education. This is the show where my son... What?
Nothing. I read that wrong.
It's weird laws.
You knew that I thought it said weird lows.
That goes with what I was about to say. This show where my son comes in on an edible, a little out of his mind, apparently.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I teach him 25 true facts. And then, a week later, I come back, he's sober, and I quiz him on said facts. Because what we really want to know is, will he puff pass?
Or puff fail.
This week, our topic, as you saw at the bottom, was weird lows. What?
Heck yeah.
Dummy. Weird laws. All American laws, United States laws. Because I could probably do other countries too as a separate topic. But here are 25 strange laws in this great country of ours. It's illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama, but the law doesn't stop there. It also says drivers aren't allowed to drive a car if they can't see what's in front or on side of it.
I mean...
Good?
Right. And only Alabama?
Well, listen.
That's why we've
it's
got
the fact that
drivers.
They had to put it on the books, I think, is the issue.
Can't drive blindfolded. Good.
How about this? You can't wash your neighbor's car without permission in Los Angeles.
Mm-mm. You're not allowed to clean my car. Go away.
I wasn't going to do it, but you can't. No. Despite the legal drinking age and being 21 in all 50 states, there's a strange loophole. Students in culinary school in Illinois can sip wine while underage if they then spit it out. It was argued that the culinary students need to know their wine well, so this would be an important factor in receiving their valuable education. So the state passed the sip and spit law, allowing culinary students to taste it as long as they then spit it out, so that they could understand this crucial area of their education.
It's a waste of wine.
I don't care for wine, but I get it.
Like, it costs too much to be spitting it out.
Oh, not all of it. There's some bad stuff that's cheap. Comes in a box. Oh, yeah.
In a box?
Oh, yes.
What, is there a bag inside of that box?
If you live in Louisiana, do not try to send anyone a surprise pizza, or you will pay heavily for this appalling gesture. A $500 fine will be coming your way. It's probably for like those people that want to prank and they're like, it's like 1 a.m. and they're like, yeah, deliver to blah, blah, blah's house.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's where that started, but it happened enough that they had to put it on the books. Like,
wait a second. So if I get a free pizza, the guy who sent it to me is getting in trouble?
Well,
I want free pizza.
It's for the waking you up at 2 a.m. part.
You're going to surprise me at 2 a.m. with free pizza? You're my best friend.
That's not the intent. It's not free pizza. Like, they expect money when they get there.
Oh.
You think they're just going to be like, you're like, I didn't order that. Oh, well, keep it. No.
Not that, no.
If that was the case, people would order pizzas that they didn't order all the time.
Oops.
If you are found wearing a bulletproof vest while committing a crime in New Jersey, you will be charged with not only the crime that you were committing, but also for trying to protect yourself against bullets.
I mean, that's what you get for breaking the law.
I mean, they're like, how dare you try to... Like, we want the right to shoot you and have it work.
Right?
If you're a bingo lover, you'll hate to find out that a game cannot last more than 5 hours in North Carolina.
What do they do?
I don't...
Arrest you for playing bingo for too long?
Dude, I don't know. They also have a thing where you can't drink alcohol because they don't allow you to play drunk, and they don't trust that one won't get you drunk. But I didn't put that one on there, so don't remember that. Just remember the 5 hours thing. That's the fact to try to recall. You're not gonna, but like,
No.
try.
Something about drinking for 5 hours while playing Bango.
In Vermont,
Hey.
married women must get permission from their husbands if they want to get false teeth. It's not an enforced law, but it's yet to be removed.
False teeth?
Uh-huh. Like if they've lost their teeth and they want to get false ones, if they're married, they need to get permission from their husbands. That's on the books.
All right. Well.
In Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. And they had a story.
Heard that one.
There's a story as to why. In the 1920s, a local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkey became so accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which filled with water, and it whisked him miles away. After working to rescue the animal, the town passed a law that prohibits donkeys from sleeping in bathtubs, but it is okay for them to stand in one. In 1948, 2 men were arrested selling pickles that were unfit for human consumption. Discussing, I didn't put what state this was.
Do you remember?
No. Wow. I'm going to read it anyway because it's the law. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to ask you where. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
thank
be
goodness.
Because that's a lot harder. But anyway, in 1948, 2 men were arrested for selling pickles that were unfit for human consumption. Discussing ways to check for good pickles, officials declared that a pickle is legitimate only if it bounces. The pickles in question didn't bounce, so the 2 men were arrested and fined. They have a law now on the books that says
If a pickle doesn't bounce.
if you sell a pickle that doesn't bounce, you can be put in jail and fined.
Like, if this is where I live, I'd like to figure that out and start bouncing all the pickles.
Here's a quick one. Residents of Delaware are not allowed to sell hair of dogs or cats.
Good.
I don't know who's buying it, but as long as you're honest, it's like, this is my dog's hair, and if someone wants it, whatever.
Not whatever in Delaware.
Apparently. In Georgia, it's illegal to live on a boat more than 30 days.
In Jersey?
In Georgia.
Oh. Georgia's landlocked.
No, it's not.
They're not? Yes, they are.
Oh, my word. It's an East Coast coastal state.
That's not true.
And this is why he's only passed once, and I had to basically give him half points to get him to 70%. This right here. This is why.
It's because he doesn't realize that D's count. If
They
so,
don't.
I would have passed almost every single
They
class.
don't in your schooling from when you were in high school, so
What? Yes, they do.
In Indiana, not India, it's illegal to ride a horse over 10 miles an hour due to high-speed horse races back in the day. Hopefully your horse has a speedometer.
That's not good.
In Iowa, throwing bricks or any other dangerous instruments or toys, for that matter, onto a highway, street, or public ground is illegal unless you have written permission from the city council. Now,
I would like not to do it, but to have permission.
I didn't think of it as a weird law until that last twist.
Like, yeah,
Like,
don't throw bricks onto the highway.
'cause, like, that's like that thing from what was that movie, The Good Son, where he threw something out and it like caused an accident and killed a bunch of
that
people.
looked like a person.
Right, but the point is throwing anything.
Sure.
That's what. It's not just bricks. It's any dangerous instruments or toy. Basically, it's don't cause an accident. But then that there's a clause for getting permission
Unless
to
you've
do
got
so.
permission from the city council.
That's where it became weird for me. Anyway,
I'd like that. I'd like that very much.
a law in Kentucky forbids a woman from marrying the same man more than 3 times. So hopefully third time is the charm, yes.
Yeah.
South Berwick, Maine loves Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But they had to enact a law that you can't park outside of one because the coffee and donut chain is a hot spot and the parking lot turns into a mega traffic jam. Talk about a caffeine rush.
Wait, okay.
They
You
made a
can't
law.
park outside of Dunkin' Donuts to get your Dunkin' Donuts from Dunkin' Donuts?
Not in South Berwick, Maine, because it blocks
Where
traffic.
do you park?
Dude, I don't know. Do I?
Are there not parking spots? It's a store. You park. Only drive-through?
Might be.
Berwick, Maine?
I don't know. In Baltimore, Maryland, sleeveless shirts are banned in public parks. I don't know why.
It's the only place to wear them.
I mean, if you're jogging or something, but nope. I don't know. In Massachusetts, it's illegal to tell fortunes without a certification. Another hurdle, a fortune teller must live in Massachusetts at least 1 year before applying for their license. This law helps prohibit psychics from taking all your moolah for false predictions. Except, you live there a year. How do you get certified with your making up stuff?
You certify that you live there and
No,
pretend
you
to do
also,
the stuff.
but you have to be certified as a psychic. How do you get certified unless you can prove you're a psychic? If you can prove
talk
you're
to
a
the
psychic,
people's dead parents
you're not
and-
talking to someone for, $40. You're just not.
No, those are low prices.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking like old-timey days. In 2013, Mississippi lawmakers barred towns from forcing restaurants to include nutrition information or calorie counts on their menu. The same bill, also known as the anti-Bloomberg bill, bans communities from requiring restaurants to limit portion sizes. At least you're kept in the dark on a cheat day.
Heck, yeah.
You don't know how bad you've gone off.
That's way better.
In Missouri, bear wrestling is banned. The law was initiated due to animal cruelty violations. I'm pretty sure bear hugs are fine if it's with a human, though. Like, bear wrestling? Bear wrestling.
Sounds like a Russian thing.
I mean, here's the thing. It seems like one of those crimes that'll fix itself when you're mauled to death.
By what, the bear that you're wrestling? I mean, that is unless you're the winner.
Bad news if you want a pet rat in Montana. It's unlawful to raise, sell, or give away rats, except as food for reptiles, birds of prey, or both.
So I can raise him as food?
Yep, but that's it.
That's just about as dumb as, like, the law about only being allowed to have a knuckle duster if it's actually a paperweight.
In Nebraska, you can't get married if you have a venereal disease. VD, the gift that keeps on giving.
Can't get married.
VD, boys and girls, is the old folks' way of saying STD.
No, it's a specific one.
No, it isn't. Venereal diseases just mean sexual diseases.
Oh.
Dummy. In 1973, New Hampshire outlawed carrying or picking up seaweed off the beach at night. It's rumored that in colonial times, seaweed was used as fertilizer and was a hot commodity. Now, it specifies at night. So I guess just get your seaweed during the day?
Gross.
I don't understand. I don't know. New Mexico prohibits idiots as well as insane persons or convicted felons or infamous criminals from voting. But they list idiots separately. So...
Wow.
But imagine if, like, every state would have a different idea of what an idiot was. It's like, oh, you're voting for him? Idiot, you can't. In Oregon, it's illegal to go hunting in a cemetery. That became illegal after a hunter was charged with harvesting an animal on cemetery grounds. Most people bring flowers. Like, I don't know. If you're hunting at a cemetery and your name's not Buffy. And the last one. In Tennessee, it's illegal to share your Netflix password. Passed in 2011, this law is directed at hackers who sell login credentials in bulk. However, other individuals, your friends, also that share passwords and don't live under your roof are included. Oops.
Where?
Tennessee.
I'm safe.
Unless you're using a Tennessean's password. Anyway, so that's it for this week for Higher Learning. Tune in next week to find out when I quiz him if he will puff puff pass
Or puff puff fail.